What's up, guys? Welcome back to Among the Fence. My name is Aaron. On today's New Music Friday, we're going to be checking out some of the new stuff that's coming out tomorrow, which is July 2nd. There wasn't really a whole lot of stuff that really caught my eye, if I'm going to be honest. There's just a bunch of singles and two albums that I really took notice to. There is some stuff from some bands that haven't done something in quite a while, so that is kind of exciting. Born of Osiris is releasing their newest album titled Angel or Alien. I believe it is, God, they have a eighth or ninth album, I think. It's been a long time since I've really connected with a B of O album. I think the last one that I really enjoyed all the way through was Tomorrow We Die Alive back in 2013, I believe. That was the last one that I actually was able to listen to all the way through and enjoy it without getting kind of bored, if I'm going to be honest. But the new singles that they released, I believe the first one was White Nile. That one sounds pretty promising. I'm hoping it's not the only the only good one on the album. And not to mention, I'm a huge fan of Jason Richardson. So to me personally, they just kind of got a bad rap with just the way how things went down between him and but even still, the songs and the albums that had him on it, I wasn't really all that into, which is kind of weird because I love most of the stuff that he does. But yeah, just the whole dispute that they had, it kind of turned me away from him in general. But like I said, with White Nile, if that's kind of how the album's gonna go, I'm interested in it. At the Gates is releasing their new album titled The Nightmare of Being, and this one, I'm really excited for this one. I loved their last album, which came out in 2019. I believe it's titled To Drink from the Night Itself. It's one of my favorite death metal albums. And honestly, while there's a lot of death metal bands I like, and I do listen to death metal, At the Gates is the one that made me a fan of death metal. It's what made me become a regular listener to death metal instead of just every once in a while pop on my Spotify or just when I do a review or something like this. This is one of the bands that got me into them more than anything else. And part of that is probably because I started listening to, or actually watching Ola England, his YouTube channel. I started watching his music reviews a very long time ago, and then his FAQs, and he was part of a band called The Haunted, and a lot of those band members are part of At the Gates, and he would talk about them all the time, and it just kind of flowed into that. And actually, I like At the Gates a lot more than The Haunted, as a matter of fact. And Old England also has another band called Feared, which that's a great Swedish death metal band as well, but I still probably prefer At the Gates a little bit more. I'm just so into it. And after listening to the first couple singles that came out, this one seems to be a little bit more theatrical and more musically progressive, it seems than the last album, which I'm all about that too. Attila is coming out with a new track tomorrow titled Day Drinking. Not really a big fan of this band, but I try to give everybody a chance. I believe that even if a band just isn't really what I'm into, it doesn't mean that they make bad music. I try to always look past that, which Attila hasn't really done that yet. But I still have hope for these guys. I'm not sure if I'll do a review on this one. I'll definitely listen to it. But with a name titled Day Drinking, I mean, these guys are. It's just really bad. With a title like that, it's really hard for me to purposefully listen to it because I could already guess. What this song is going to be like. We Butter the Bread with Butter is coming out with a new song tomorrow titled 20 Kilometers an Hour. It's off of an upcoming album titled Das Album, something like that. I don't know. A lot of their album names are in German, so I don't really know how to pronounce them. This is definitely one of the most loved bands in deathcore. If anybody's a fan of deathcore, this band is usually top 5 favorites. It's been 6 years since these guys have planned on coming out with an album. They've released singles and stuff like that. And even though it's not scheduled to come out until sometime in September, this is probably going to be one of the most anticipated albums of the year, I'm going to assume. So this one's kind of weird, but Silent Planet might be doing something tomorrow. I'm not completely sure. On the Facebook group, Garrett Russell, the vocalist, went on there and dropped some mad hints that they're doing something. I don't really know. It's hard to decipher exactly what he's saying because it's pretty much all in code. But I kind of hope it's an album, especially since it's been over a year, almost a year and a half now, since their last single, Trilogy, came out, which was a fantastic song. And if it is an album that they release tomorrow, expect it to be album of the year. And I'm not even close to kidding. And those are basically all the things that honestly really piqued my interest. Like I said, there's not really a whole lot of big name bands or anything like that coming out with new songs or albums or what. I believe I only found 2 albums that were being released tomorrow. But if there's anything that I missed, if there's a band coming out with something that I looked over, go ahead and leave a comment below letting me know what it is. Let me know what you're looking forward to coming out, and leave a request for Request Wednesday while you're at it. And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell icon. That way you get notified. You don't miss out on any of my stuff, and just help support my channel. And I appreciate it more than you guys could ever imagine. And I hope you all have a good rest of your day or night whenever you happen to be watching this. And I'll talk to you guys next time.
I was trying, ignorant, kid relying on my parents said to save me.